Right now, somewhere in a data center, an AI model is quietly crunching through billions of data points, and it's already spotted the next industry that's about to be worth more money than most countries make in a year. No, this isn't science fiction. This is happening right now, and most people have no idea it's already begun. Here's the wild part. AI isn't just answering your questions or writing your emails anymore. It's being used by hedge funds, venture capital firms, and government think tanks to analyze patterns humans simply cannot see. Patent filings, hiring trends, supply chain shifts, research funding, social sentiment, all of it fed into models that spot momentum long before it hits the mainstream news. And when these models start pointing at the same handful of industries over and over again, people with serious money start paying very close attention. So, what is it? What's the industry AI keeps flagging as the next big thing? Stick with me, because by the end of this, you're going to understand exactly why smart money is quietly moving in a direction most people haven't even noticed yet. Before we get into it, if you like breaking down where the world is actually heading instead of where the headlines say it's heading, hit that follow button. This is exactly the kind of thing I cover here. Let's start with how this actually works, because it's genuinely fascinating. AI models used for trend forecasting don't just look at one data source. They pull from thousands of them simultaneously. Job postings on LinkedIn, patent applications filed with the US Patent Office, venture capital funding rounds, academic papers being published and cited, government spending bills, even satellite imagery tracking construction of new factories and data centers around the world. A human analyst might read a few hundred reports a year. An AI model can process millions of documents in the time it takes you to finish your coffee. That's the entire advantage. It's not smarter than humans in some mystical way. It's just faster, and it never gets tired, and it never misses a pattern buried in page 400 of a filing nobody bothered to read. So when analysts started running these models across global data a couple of years ago, a few industries kept lighting up again and again. Let's go through them, because each one tells its own story. The first is humanoid robotics. Not the clunky robot arms bolting car parts together on an assembly line. We're talking about robots designed to move, balance, and work in spaces built for humans. Warehouses, hospitals, even homes eventually. Companies pouring billions into this space have been quietly stacking patents and hiring engineers at a pace that AI trend models flagged as explosive, well before most people were talking about it. The logic is simple. There are jobs humans don't want to do, jobs there aren't enough humans to do, and an aging population in many countries that's going to need physical help in ways technology hasn't solved yet. When a model can care for someone, restock a shelf, or work a night shift without needing sleep, that's not a gadget. That's an entire new labor category worth trillions over time. The second industry that keeps showing up is synthetic biology and longevity science. This is the intersection of AI and biology, where machine learning models are being used to design new proteins, discover drugs in months instead of years, and understand aging at a cellular level. A few years ago, discovering a new drug candidate could take a decade and cost billions with a huge failure rate. AI models are compressing that timeline dramatically, running simulations that used to require years of lab work. When AI can help design a molecule instead of a scientist, manually testing thousands of combinations by hand, the entire economics of medicine changes. That's not a niche market. That's healthcare for every single person on the planet, restructured from the ground up. Want to guess what's next? Comment down below what you think the third one is before I tell you. I want to see how many of you already sense where this is heading. The third one is the energy storage and grid technology space. As AI itself becomes one of the largest consumers of electricity on the planet, powering all these massive data centers running models around the clock, there's a race happening behind the scenes to figure out how to generate and store that energy efficiently. AI trend models have been picking up massive increases in patent filings around battery chemistry, small modular nuclear reactors, and next-generation grid infrastructure. It's almost poetic in a way. The technology that's predicting the future is also creating the very demand that's reshaping the energy industry. Every AI model running requires real electricity, real cooling, real infrastructure, and someone has to build all of that. That someone is about to make an enormous amount of money. Now here's something most people miss completely. These aren't separate trends happening in isolation. They're connected. Humanoid robots need better batteries. Synthetic biology research runs on massive computing power that needs energy. Energy infrastructure needs advanced materials that are increasingly being discovered using AI models themselves. It's a loop, each piece feeding the next, and AI sits right at the center of all of it, both predicting the shift and actively causing it. If your mind isn't a little bit blown right now, it should be. Because this isn't a prediction about some distant future in 50 years. Trend models are pointing to major shifts happening within this decade. Not 2080, not some far-off sci-fi timeline. Now, let's talk about a fourth space that keeps surfacing, and this one might surprise you. Personalized education powered by AI tutors. Trend models tracking hiring patterns at ed tech companies, funding rounds for AI learning platforms, and research into adaptive learning systems have flagged this as a massive growth area. Think about it. For centuries, education has basically worked the same way. One teacher, 30 students, one pace for everybody. Whether you're bored out of your mind or completely lost, AI models can now build a learning experience shaped entirely around one individual student, adjusting in real time based on what they understand and what they don't. When you can give every single kid on the planet access to something like a personal tutor that never gets impatient and never runs out of energy, that's not just an app. That's a complete reimagining of how an entire generation learns, and the market behind that is enormous. If you're finding this genuinely useful, do me a quick favor and hit subscribe. I put together stuff like this regularly, breaking down where the real money and real innovation are actually heading, not just what's trending on social media for 5 minutes. Here's the thing that ties all of this together. AI isn't predicting these industries by magic. It's predicting them because it can see momentum building in the data long before that momentum becomes visible in everyday life. By the time something's on the news, by the time it's a headline you're scrolling past, the early movers have usually already been building for years. The venture capital was already raised. The patents were already filed. The talent was already hired. The AI models simply spotted the pattern in the data trail those decisions left behind. That's really the lesson buried in all of this. Whether you're an investor, an entrepreneur, or just someone trying to figure out what skills might matter in 10 years, paying attention to where the actual resources are quietly flowing tells you a lot more than paying attention to what's loud on the internet right now. So what should you actually do with this information? You don't need millions of dollars to act on this. You can start by simply paying attention to where research funding is flowing, which industries are quietly hiring specialized engineers at scale, and which sectors keep showing up in serious analyst reports instead of hype-driven social media posts. Even just understanding these shifts puts you ahead of most people, because most people are reacting to industries after they've already exploded, instead of noticing them while they're still forming. Robotics, synthetic biology, energy infrastructure, personalized AI education. 4 industries that keep appearing again and again when you let the data speak instead of the headlines. And honestly, we're probably still early enough that most of the value hasn't even been created yet. Now I want to know what you think. Out of everything I just covered, which one do you think is going to move the fastest? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'm curious how many of you were already thinking about one of these before I even said it. And if this kind of breakdown is something you want more of, make sure you're following this channel. I'm covering the industries, the technology, and the shifts most people won't notice until it's already too late to get ahead of them. The next video might be about the very thing you're about to comment right now. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.